The purpose of today's webinar is really to address your questions about starting a new business opportunity with the potential of making about $100 an hour to teach English here in the Denver metro area. Today, I'm going to focus on why you should consider starting an ESL program. And then the most common questions I got yesterday were, what is the schedule? How much do you pay? Do you need a teaching license? And what are the requirements? So as we go through this, please leave any comments or questions you have in the chat for me. Also, at the end, I'm going to make a special offer that's only going to be available for the first 3 people that sign up. So try your best to stay to the end of this presentation to make sure that you can take advantage of this special offer. Now, one of the biggest questions I get is why start an ESL program? I've been doing this now for about 10 years. I started teaching English about 20 years ago, but I made it my full-time job about 10 years ago. And I love it. It's a dream job. It's a lot of fun. Basically, I get paid to talk to people all day. And what that means is I'm teaching English to people, but I do conversation classes. So it's very interactive and very engaging. And my students come from all over the world, mostly Latin America, but I just get to talk to them all day. I learn all about their culture, what's brought them to the United States, and then I kind of get to act as a cultural ambassador on top of it. So it's not just like a typical job, you know. I really feel like I'm helping people a lot to live their dream, to improve their lives, to really take advantage of everything that the United States has to offer for them. I end up making friends with a lot of my students where we can, you know, we go to baseball games, we go dancing, we do, you know, fun things on the weekends together. Furthermore, I'm my own boss, right? I get to set my own schedule and, you know, that's just very rewarding in of itself. You know, I don't have a boss that I have to report to. My students, I guess, are my boss, but they love me, right? And finally, the money is pretty decent. I average probably about $100 an hour teaching English. Some classes I make closer to $200 an hour. Sometimes I make a little less, but at the end of the day, that's okay because I still feel like I'm helping people, so I'm okay with that too. But yeah, I think on average you can make about $100 an hour. So I think the combination of being able to set your own schedule, make the money that you want to make, and have fun while you're working is all, you know, evidence of a truly dream job, right? So what would your life be like if you could make more money and set your own schedule? Go ahead and leave your comments in the chat. It would be a lot easier. Life would be a lot easier. Yeah, my life is pretty easy right now. I actually love it, you know. It's like anything. There are times you have to work, right? You know, I have to show up for my students. I have to be there. But honestly, I am very stress-free these days. I get to spend a ton of time with my family, raising my son, and yeah, it's great. Life is certainly a lot easier when you're your own boss, at least with this particular type of opportunity. Okay, if anything else occurs to you, go ahead and leave some more comments as we go through this. So what's the schedule like? This was a question I got yesterday, and that's the best part. It's completely flexible. I can speak to my personal situation. I have a 6-year-old son and I'm a single dad, so spending time with him is top priority for me. So he goes to school from 9 to 4 every day. So I decided last year that I was going to set my own schedule. I was only going to give classes between 9:30 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. And I only wanted to work 4 days a week. So I made that my schedule last year, and so far it's working out. Within about 3 months, I was able to get 15 students to sign up for classes with me. That's all I need to make a decent amount of money and live comfortably. And yeah, I take them to school in the morning, I drop them off, and then in the afternoon I pick them up, and we spend all kinds of time just having fun doing activities together. I'm 100% present in his life, and I get to yeah, just participate. What I would say about the schedule is I'm somewhat limited with my schedule of teaching during the day. Obviously, most people also work during the day, so people are looking for evening and nighttime classes. So if you're available evenings and nighttime or on the weekends, you could actually probably make even more money and work even less hours throughout the week. In exchange for that. So that's definitely something to consider. But at the end of the day, it's totally up to you. You set your own schedule. So go ahead and leave me your comments in the chat. What is your ideal work schedule? If you could set your own hours, when would you work? And let's see here. I got another comment. This would help me meet new people and help other people about the dream job opportunity. So what would your life be like if you were to pursue this opportunity? Yeah, I meet, all kinds of people, interesting people from different backgrounds, different cultures. That's a lot of fun too. And then helping people, of course, when you're teaching English, there's no doubt that you are helping people. For the types of students that I'm used to working with, I specialize in teaching English to Spanish speakers. Most of my students have moved here to the United States looking for that American dream, right? They're coming from Mexico, Central America, South America, and just looking for better work opportunities. And one of the primary things that will prevent somebody from truly being successful in achieving the American dream is learning how to speak the language and the culture, right? So I have helped thousands of people here in the Denver area over the past 10 years get pay raises, improve their communication so that they get more confidence when they're going out to do whatever they have to do in the community. They can talk to their doctors, their kids' teachers at school. I don't think there is anything as powerful as learning English for the immigrant that's moving here to the United States looking for a new opportunity. So if you want to help people, this is definitely a good opportunity. Okay, so let's see here. I got the comment about your ideal work schedule. Yeah, evenings would work and even weekends. There's something to be said for that. You could potentially only work from 5:30 to 8:30 during the week, or from 9 to 4 on Saturdays and Sundays, and have all that other free time to do whatever you want to do during the week. I really believe that's a possibility. I used to have a full-fledged language school before the pandemic, and our busiest days by far were Saturdays and Sundays, and most of our business took place after 5:30 at night. So you'll have no shortage of students to work with if you can be a little bit flexible with your schedule. Okay, nice. How much do you pay? A few people asked me this question yesterday. So as I'm going through the answer to this question, please feel free to leave your comments in the chat. Let me know how this sounds to you. But I want to be clear, this isn't a job opportunity. I'm not looking to hire an English teacher right now. I'm looking for people that truly want to start their own ESL business, English as a second language business, where there's going to be a small investment on your part, but in exchange, I'm going to give you all the training and support that you need to get a program up and running. I'm even going to send you students, and from there, it's completely your own business. You get to set all the rules, the schedule, the whatever payments you want to charge your students. Now, what I have started doing within the past year is flexible pricing for my students. I suggest that they pay approximately $25 per lesson. But I'm also flexible. Some students pay a little less, some students pay a little bit more, and I let them know that. And on average, I make about $100 per class. So what that means is, typically speaking, if I have 4 students that sign up for a class that are each paying $25 per lesson, I'm making $100 per lesson. Some of my students pay more, that they haven't been affected by anything over the past year, and they're more than happy to pay a little bit more. So that's where I make a little bit more on other classes. And then just to be helpful to other people that are truly on bad times, I'm willing to accept as low as $10 per class, but with the other students that are paying a little bit more, it typically balances out, right? So let me know how good does that sound to you? What would life be like if you were making approximately $100 an hour? Go ahead and leave your comment in the chat. So let's see here. Do you need a teaching license, or what type of experience is required for this type of job? No, you don't need a teaching license. This program is really geared for adults. The teacher's license is more if you're trying to get a job as a teacher in K through 12, but this program's for adults, right? So there's actually no licenses or certifications that are required for this type of job that are out there. As a matter of fact, I've hired dozens of teachers over the past decade, and I've found that the teachers that had the least amount of experience were actually the best teachers. They were able to really adapt to the program and make it their own. They were more conversational, right? They were less focused on kind of the grammar rules and the academic theories and stuff like that, and better capable of just leading a conversation, which is what this program is. It's a conversational English program, which means you just need to talk to people, right? So if you have any experience teaching, please let me know. Leave your comments in the chat. And I'm going to go ahead and move on. Let's see here. I got the comment, making $100 an hour or making more than you're currently making at least would help out with trying to build better savings and unexpected bills. Yeah, that's true, right? As long as you're working for somebody else, you're always going to be limited to that. But setting up your own business really opens up a lot of potential to make more money. And I'm truly hoping to empower other people to make $100+ an hour. So if you want to build up your savings account, if you want to pay off those bills and have a little cushion for those unexpected bills, I think this is a great opportunity for you. Someone else asked, what are the requirements for this program? It's pretty simple. You just need to make a small investment. I'm going to talk about that at the end. Outside of that, I think you should be bilingual and enjoy talking to people. However, if you're not 100% bilingual, that's okay. You can still teach intermediate and advanced classes, and hopefully you'll work towards becoming bilingual so that you can start teaching some of the more beginner level classes. Okay, comment from the experience of teaching. I taught 3rd and 4th grade for a few days. I think it will be easier to help adults. Yeah, working with adults is completely different than working with kids. My adult students are highly motivated. They're paying to be there, so they take it pretty seriously, which makes a world of difference. And honestly, if you haven't done it before, that's fine, right? It sounds like you're interested in teaching, and this is a great way to continue to teach, but in my opinion, deal with a tiny percent of the stress that regular teachers have to deal with. Those were all the frequently asked questions that I get about starting this type of program. If you have any other questions or comments, please leave that in the chat for me right now. The last thing I'm going to say is here's the special offer. The special offer that I've got for you today, and this is only available for the first 3 people to sign up for this package, right? I think it's best to start kind of small. I'm looking for 3 instructors in the Denver area that I can really take under my wings, you know, train completely on exactly what I do, how I do it, how to get students, how to create a marketing plan so you start getting students. I'm going to feed you student referrals. And like I said, I'm really just looking for 3 people right now. Eventually, I envision perhaps having 10, maybe 20 instructors across the metro area. When I had my language school here in the area, I actually had 15 teachers working for me and about 300 students. And they were all pretty much focused in the Northeast Denver area. So I think there's plenty of opportunities for people to start this program. But initially, I just want 3 people that are really serious about changing their lives, getting a new business opportunity going, teaching English, helping people in their communities, that I can really teach on everything that I do. So what I'm thinking for this initial opportunity would be a one-time investment of $1,000. And I'm going to give you every level of English that I have available. Then you're also going to get access to live training with me directly for about 3 months. So literally what that means is you can come hang out with me all day, every day for the next 3 months. Well, every day I'm working. Remember, I only work Monday through Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 3:30. So you'd be working with me during those days. But I'm going to train you on everything that I do, from signing up customers to teaching my philosophy on teaching conversational English. I'm going to give you a marketing plan so you can really set up your own business. I'm going to give you students. I'm currently getting at least 100 people calling me every single month, and I can't even help them. I don't even pick up my phone anymore because, you know, there's just no point. I get that many people that call me that I can't even help. So I'm really excited about the possibility of training somebody on this program. So then I have somebody to refer them to, because I have about 15 students, and I, you know, from my personal situation, I don't need more than that. I'm perfectly happy with that. At the same time, I really want to help people become bilingual. And I'm convinced that this Let's Start Talking Conversational English program that I've created is the absolute most powerful and fastest way to learn how to speak English. And so I want to share that with other teachers in the area. And at the same time, you know, if you go to a K through 12 school to become a teacher, you don't have the potential of making $100 an hour, and you certainly don't have the freedom to set your own schedule and work your own hours, right? So this is another really interesting aspect about this offer. From there, you're going to get ongoing coaching from me anytime you have questions about the program or anything related to running an ESL business. I'm going to be there for you to hold your hand. So again, the initial investment would be $1,000, and that's going to give you everything I just mentioned. This is only available for the first 3 people. Easily, if you look into opening up a franchise business, something similar to this, you know, you're going to be spending anywhere from $25,000 to $50,000 to get started. If you want to start your own business, you would have to, you know, spend the last 10 years that I've spent trying to get this started and up and running. There's a lot of risk with that. This is a pretty good opportunity at an incredibly low price. So after I get my first 3 students signed up for this, I'm definitely going to raise the price for that. I'm going to share this link with you in the chat. This is what you would need in order to, this is where you can go. You can just put in your credit card information and pay the $1,000 there. So let me go ahead and put that in the chat. And if you're ready to sign up today, go ahead and do that, of course, as soon as possible, because that's only going to be available to the first 3 people. And we can go ahead and get started. If you have any other questions, please let me know. I do have some other packages available. So if $1,000 is more than you're looking to spend, definitely let me know. I can talk to you about some of one of the other two packages that I have available. But I really think this one is where it's at, right? You get for $1,000, you get your own business, financial freedom, work scheduling freedom. I mean, it's really an amazing opportunity. That's all I had for you today. I don't know if you have any questions for me, questions or comments, feel free to let me know. It's just the two of us, so we can go off mute and just chat about it for a little bit. Or what do you think, Yonsei?
I'm thinking, is it possible to like, as far as like budget wise, is it possible to start off? I think there was like a package that was like at 50.
The volume just went out again. So you're asking me about the other packages. The true entry level package is just $50 to get access to all the materials you need for a level of English. That would be a true self-starter package. So I'll give you everything, you know, I'll give you all the presentations for $50. You'll also get kind of a how-to step-by-step instructional guide. And you can get access to videos to see how I teach. And you can use that for training. So if you're pretty intuitive, if you're a self-starter, if things like this are pretty easy for you to figure out, you know, you can get started that way, and you know, you're going to make the $50 back on your very first student. I promise you that. It's only $50 to get started, and from there you can kind of buy another level of presentations and books and stuff like that. The other one would be the $500 kind of hold my hand approach. What that's basically going to give you is an entire level of the program, so you can get started. And it will give you access to 1 month of live training with me, where you can come in and shadow me for a full month. So it's a little bit better than having those, you know, just watching videos to get help.
Okay. What about as far as like, okay, the hours as far as effective to be in training with you, what will those hours be? The 9:30 to 4?
Yeah, so like I said, I am currently teaching from about 9:30 in the morning until 3:30, Monday through Thursday. You don't have to shadow me that whole time, but of course, the more time, you know, you spend working with me, the better you're going to get at this.
Okay.
There will be also some Friday trainings and stuff like that. I try to leave Friday open so that I can kind of do new student enrollments, as well as I'm kind of a thought leader in this space. There are very few people that do this true conversational style of teaching that I do. And so I have a lot of other teachers that are from all over the country that are interested in learning more about what I do and how I put this program together. So Fridays are also reserved so that I can host webinars to teach other teachers how to teach conversation, because it's a very different way of teaching. Most people study a new language for 2 years or more and never actually learn how to speak it. There was a study that was done back in 2012, I want to say, that found that 0.07%, that's less than 1% of people. I'm sorry, 0.7%, not 0.07, but yeah, it's still less than 1% of people that study a new language actually learn how to speak it.
Wow.
And that's after 2 years of studying it. And the reason why is teachers are not trying to teach people how to speak it. They're hitting it from what's called language is a subject matter, which essentially means grammar. So they're teaching grammar rules versus what I do is I teach conversation. I teach people how to think in terms of an exchange of ideas and information that happens between two or more people in a conversation. So everything I've done has been not from the perspective of the language and the grammar. It's done from the perspective of how do people learn their first language and how can we apply that as a more natural approach to teaching people how to speak a second language. So I teach people what they really need to know to start talking. And my goal is to teach people how to speak the new language in 3 months.
Okay.
Because of that, what I've found is at least 80% of my students really do learn how to start speaking the language conversationally in those first 3 to 6 months from zero, which if you ask any other language instructor in the country, they'll tell you that's impossible. And it is not. I've got it on video. I can show it to you. So it is possible, but that's because I make it my goal to teach people that, right? If you talk to those same teachers that say it's impossible, they'll also tell you they have no goals set of actually teaching their students how to speak the language. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Because me personally, I'm definitely interested. It's just that I need to work on my schedule right now.
Yeah, it's it's a new opportunity. It's a completely big change to your life, and you just have to jump. You have to have faith and jump, right? If you're tired of what you're currently doing, and looking for a career change, and that's another big reason why I'm trying to do this, right? Because people are fed up with it right now. This pandemic has exacerbated everybody. Everybody's sick of the traditional 9 to 5. People have gotten used to working from home. If you're in the educational field, oh my gosh, it's just a catastrophe right now, right? Like I think our traditional schooling systems are just imploding across the country right now.
Yeah.
And a lot of teachers are looking for something else to do. And then a lot of other people are just looking at it from a business perspective. They want to start a new business, but also do something that helps people. So yeah, it's going to take a little sacrifice initially. But so I'll kind of step backwards a little bit and just tell you how I came to this point, right? The pandemic hit. When the pandemic hit, I was getting ready to actually expand my school. So I had a school in Northeast Denver in Montbello, close to 47th and Peoria. I had 15 teachers working for me and 300 students in January of, what was that, 2019 or 2020? I can't even remember exactly what year it was. We got forced to close by the government. Schools were closed, and look at how long they were closed for. As a business owner, I had to make a financial decision, right? And I couldn't, after about 3 months of continuing to pay rent for a building I couldn't use, I decided, I'm not going to do this anymore. So I closed the school. I started teaching from my house. And then, I did that. I was doing that online for the first 2 years of the pandemic. Last summer, I just needed a break. So I actually stopped teaching for a while, for about a month. I just started doing some other things, and I needed to clear my head and kind of get some perspective. And I saw that, I was trying to analyze what's the opportunity, right? When life gives you lemons, you have to make lemonade. I'm an optimist. My mom calls me a hopeless optimist because I'm always trying to look for the positive, the good and the bad, And I looked at what I had. So over the past 10 years, I've created this awesome program. But because of the pandemic, I really didn't want to start another school. I didn't want to have to go and find a new building and, hire teachers and all that stuff. I just wanted to do what I wanted to do. Honestly, before I started my school, I was my own independent teacher. I did that for a while, where I was just like advertising on, this was back in like 2010. And I was advertising on Craigslist and Facebook, and getting students, and just kind of, we were meeting at coffee shops and studying, and it was a lot of fun and it was very rewarding. once you start having to manage other people and teachers, and you have a physical location, it gets very expensive very quickly. You have a lot of overhead and you have a lot of other stress you have to deal with. So I wanted to go back to the beginning. I wanted to go back to where I was just my own boss. I set my own schedule because those were always the most enjoyable days for me. And within about 3 months, I had gotten those 15 students. I was full in terms of my schedule, and I was making as much money as I really needed to make, to live comfortably. And on top of that, I was just getting to spend so much more time with my son, which is pretty cool. He's a cool little guy, and I love that I get to be there for that, And so I realized, hey, it only takes about 3 months to get up to this point, I've got everything another teacher needs. Why don't, we don't know when this pandemic's going to end. So I know a lot of teachers that are applying to work at other schools. You're only going to make so much money doing that. Most teachers make between $20 to $30 an hour working at another school. And here I am making, $100 an hour. Like, I think teachers should be treated like rock stars. Without teachers, what do we have?
Yeah.
And it's always pained me so much that here in the United States, teachers are some of the most underpaid, underappreciated people.
I agree.
But they're the beginning to everything else, right? Without your teachers, how did you learn what you know in order to do what you do now to make money? It's never seemed fair to me that, you can be a lawyer and make $200 an hour, or a teacher and make $20 an hour. And the education requirements are the same. Most teachers have to go to grad school and get extended degrees, and they have to pay the same tuition and everything like that. And most teachers do it just because they love the profession, right? They love helping people.
Yeah.
So they don't mind the low pay, but I want to change that, and I've done something different, and I think I can really help a lot of other people do the same thing, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
I agree. I totally agree. The stressors that I see the teachers, especially dealing with the kids, with the kids. But as far as just the whole thing is just being like a teacher in general, there's a lot of sacrifices and you spend a lot of time into it. Yeah. But the whole thing is there's a lot of people that need help. And that's like my viewpoint, because I remember going to Emily Griffith and they had ESL, I think on the second floor. And I will never forget her name. I will never forget her name was Masheko, and she was from Japan. And they had to go through and meet people throughout the school type of thing. And I want to say pair up and ask questions. And she did an interview with me. And she said, oh, when I see you, can I still talk to you? And I'm like, yeah, you can still talk to me.
Yeah.
So it's just, I miss that type of thing, because my last day, it's been years. Oh my gosh, I think I was 19 when I met her. And I'm going to lie, I'm 21. I'm lying. But just the whole thing as far as that connection, and just to see somebody oh my gosh, somebody's willing to help me. I like that. I miss her. And I'm just if I could help anybody else, type of thing, I would love to do that.
Nice. Yeah, it's really rewarding. So yeah, just let me know what I can do to support you. Like I said, the special offer for $1,000 is the full program, the full package, available to the first 3 people. But I do have some more entry level packages if you're not willing to go full gung ho on this thing, because it's something you have to think about, right? It's truly a career change, a life changing moment, so something you need to think about for sure.
Okay.
Well,
I'll definitely be getting back to you on it, because I'm getting ready to go back to work, but I will definitely be reaching back out to you on it.
Sounds good. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I really look forward to working with you, and I'm here for you. So just let me know how I can help you.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.